Stubble retained no-till systems need more nitrogen than systems where stubble is removed and soil cultivated prior to sowing. Soil bacteria and fungi that break down retained stubble compete with crop plants for nitrogen, and this has to be taken into account when budgeting nitrogen in stubble retained systems. A rough rule of thumb is that every tonne per hectare of cereal or canola stubble will tie up or immobilise 5 kilograms per hectare of nitrogen. This means that in a paddock with a typical southeast New South Wales cereal stubble load of 5 tonnes per hectare, 25 kilograms per hectare of nitrogen will be tied up if the stubble is retained, and this must be compensated for with fertiliser nitrogen if yield is to be maintained. Also, retaining stubble during the summer fallow and direct drilling can make more water available to crops compared to cultivated systems, and nitrogen must be added to turn this extra water into yield.
Alright, good morning. We're here in April 2017 on the 4th year of our stubble management trial. It's a GRDC funded project, CSP 00174. We're here doing some soil coring for mineral nitrogen and starting soil moistures. As you can see in the background, we're taking deep cores to a depth of 1.6 metres. And we're cutting them up into 10 centimetre increments in the top 20 centimetres and 20 centimetre increments down to 1.6 metres. So these cores here, we're going to be testing for mineral nitrogen, ammonia and nitrate nitrogen, plus soil moisture. These really give us our starting soil nitrogen values. We'll use these nitrogen values to work out how much nitrogen we'll be applying to each treatment to maximise or to bring our estimated yield up to 70% of the maximum available for the year, according to yield profit.
If soil test results show that there is less than 40 kilograms per hectare of mineral nitrogen, nitrate and ammonium in the top 60 centimetres of soil, some nitrogen, at least 20 kilograms per hectare of nitrogen, should be added at sowing. If there is more than 40 kilograms per hectare of nitrogen, then cereal crops will make it to Z30 and canola crops to 6 leaf without losing yield potential. If the soil test is less than 60 kilograms per hectare of nitrogen, then you may want to add some nitrogen as the chances of getting a yield response are high. There are different ways of adding nitrogen at sowing, all of which are effective and have various pros and cons. 1. At sowing with the seed. 2. At sowing deep or side-banded. 3. Pre-drilled prior to sowing, or 4. Spread and incorporated by sowing. The most reliable time to top dress nitrogen in cereals is at early stem elongation, Z30 to 31, which in southeast New South Wales typically happens from mid-July to mid-August, depending on sowing time, variety and temperature. At this stage of development, tillering has largely finished and the risk of producing excessive tillers and haying off cereal crops has passed. Temperatures are still low, showers are frequent, and on acid soils, chances of gaseous losses are low. Consequently, urea can be safely spread by the calendar at this time of year without waiting for a rain event. The majority of the crop's anticipated nitrogen supply should be added at this time. If seasonal conditions are favourable, nitrogen can be topped up until flag leaf emergence, Z39, in cereals, typically early September in southeast New South Wales. But at this time of year, rain is required to ensure plant uptake and prevent gaseous losses. Canola can be top dressed earlier than cereals without risk of haying off, and this can be done by the calendar in June-July when temperatures are low, rain more frequent and chances of gaseous losses very low. More extensive reading on the management of nitrogen in stubble retained systems can be found on the FarmLink website, www.farmlink.com.au, in the Projects tab under the Maintaining Profitable Farming Systems with Retained Stubble section. A guideline titled Nitrogen Management in Stubble Retained Systems has been published, along with a case study telling the stubble story of Yurong Creek farmers and FarmLink members Warwick and Di Holding.